Yo, this is for my getting to know conscious people. What if they are revealing the metaverse to us, right? Think about this metaverse thing. What if they revealing the metaverse to us? Because they are revealing to us who we really are, like where we really come from, what we are really able to do, right? Because isn't the rule that they show you what they're going to do to you before they do it to you? So in their mind, in their conscience, they have committed no wrong and no sin. You know what I'm talking about? And you have the Oculus. Now, in the Oculus makes you see into the metaverse. Now this metaverse got to where you can buy land, you can own storefront properties, you can create businesses in the metaverse, right? But you're doing it through these devices. But do you know you don't need them devices to do this stuff? They're making you do you. They're making you be you, but making you think that you're doing it through something, like you're giving your power to something, right? Because what got me thinking was I want an Oculus, right? Because I said, to me, it's a way to help you manifest. It's a way for you to see what you're trying to visualize, and you can actually go into the vision. But y'all, guess what got me thinking like this? Them Emerald tablets. In the Emerald tablets, it says when you imagine, right, you put an image before your eye, your third eye. You put an image in your mind, and you hold this image in your mind, and you be immersed. I think it used the word immersed into the image, meaning like you submerged up under water. Think of yourself submerged up under water. You would have water on the outside of you and the inside of you, like your whole environment would be water, and you would actually be living in the water, breathing in the water, moving in the water. What if that's how you're supposed to be, right? Now, they've been hiding our identities from us. People been getting killed for this stuff, right? But they're going to reveal it to you, but make you think you're doing it through a device. Somehow they've been able to capture what we're able to do and to help you do it through a device, but they're going to capitalize off of it. Think about it, because if you can buy virtual land and actually got to pay, come on, man. That's like paying for air. Think about how dumb it's like we buy ideas, we buy dumb words, we buy dumb thoughts, we buy into other people's dumb ideas, other people dumb thinking, which I'm not saying this metaverse thing is a bad idea. Because you count it all joy. It has a purpose, but y'all ain't paying attention. It's showing you that you have that ability, that you don't need this machine to do it. And you ain't got to pay rent. You ain't got to pay, right? Because I believe if you live your life like you are in the metaverse, that will pay off. This is how you go into that reality. This is how you bring things to you. This is how you bring that world that you're imagining over there. It's through conscious thinking. Your thinking has to be conscious, meaning your thoughts have to be conscious. Your images have to be conscious. So if you wanted, like, say, a studio, like I told my son this tonight, if you wanted to manifest a studio, well, you go in a place in your mind, find you where you want your studio to be, and imagine yourself going into this studio as if you're going to work. This is your imagination. This is your mind. Go in there, put everything in this studio that you would ever want. You never worry about how things are going to come about, because it's already done. You're a God. You are made in his image, meaning you can do what he do. Now, Use it. God is the metaverse. So you go into this studio, you have every top quality music. Don't sell yourself short inside this studio. And you put you some engineers in there. You put the best mics in there. You know what I'm saying? And you go in this place, and when you're working on your music, when you're writing your music, emerge this place around you. Like, actually sit inside this place. Build this place around you. You might be sitting at your kitchen table, but build this place around you and hold this image in your mind. Go look at some machines that you like. Take pictures of them. Put them on a vision board. Imagine the equipment that you want in there and get the best kind. So like when you get stressed, when you just want to work on music, when you just feel like going to the studio, when you have clients, bring you some clients. And don't put nobody in this studio you don't want in this studio. And don't bring stuff there that you don't want going on, because you want this to flourish. You're recreating your reality. You are deliberately creating your reality. Now, if you can care about this image, if you can care about this visual, this creation, the way you care about it as if you actually had it, like you put you a secretary in the front, let her answer the phone, let her take appointments down, and these people coming for appointments. Put you some artists up in there. Put you some artists up in there. Make your studio be like one of the hottest studios ever. Go in this studio and be there. Nobody has to know you're doing it. That's the beauty of it. You don't tell anybody about it. Therefore, your place stays pure. Your place stays holy. It stays successful, and it stays prosperous, right? But you're just doing this in your imagination, and then you imagine your bank account, how it's just growing every time you are doing nothing but depositing money. You don't have to take nothing out. You're just stashing money because your money just coming, because everybody done heard what a nice studio this is and what all you got to offer, right? So you go there instead of arguing with people, instead of being disappointed or depressed because things aren't working right. Go into your mind where it is working right, where it's just like how you want it. And then, y'all, it will bring it. It will bring it to you, and you will find yourself morphing into that image. And let me tell y'all how I know what I'm talking about. I dreamed I saw my grandmother. My grandmother passed when I was 15. But I dreamed I saw her walking through a mall. In this mall, I was pushing a buggy, and on the floor, I saw piles and piles and piles of Oreo cookies. Just a bunch of Oreo cookies. It was on every aisle, here and there, here and there. And I said, why ain't nobody picked up these cookies? Like, why are these Oreo cookies everywhere? It's like somebody went, opened up the Oreos and just dumped them out. Just dumped all the packs out. But from a distance, it looks like a harvest has been plucked. It looks like a big field with the harvest that's been picked up, and now it's time to replant and regrow. That's what it looked like. And as I'm looking at it, I'm saying, why won't nobody clean this up? I see my grandmother walking through the mall with this guy. I have never seen this guy before. But what made me notice her, she had a glide to her. She wasn't walking on the floor like everybody else was. She was gliding. So when I looked at her, I said, Grandma, Grandma. She didn't answer me. So I said, Skeet, because that was her name. We called her Skeet. And she turned around and she started laughing. I said, so you just gonna walk past me? You gonna keep going like you don't see me, like you don't know me? So she started laughing, right? So we began to talk, and I said, why you think all this, why they won't pick all this stuff up off this floor like that? She said, I don't know. She said, it sure is a lot, ain't it? I said, man, it's everywhere. Then I said, Tori home. My brother came home from doing 27 years recently. And I said, you know, Tori home. She said, yeah, I know. She said, he in the hospital though. And at the time he was in the hospital. She said, oh, I was there. She said we stayed down at the hospital with him all night long because his breath kept trying to come out his body and we kept pushing it back in. So that lets me know breath thinks by itself. Breath can do what it wants to do, right? So, but they were there to get breath to go back in because it was not his time. She said, I tried to mess with his toes, but you know he got that little sleepy thing going on with him because he falls asleep sometimes when you're talking to him or when he goes to sleep, like he's in a real deep sleep. So she said, I was playing with his toes, but he just couldn't wake up. She said, I was trying to let him know that we was there. Now, I don't know who this we was, but my brother had an army down there going in for him while his breath was trying to come out. Tell me God don't watch over you. Tell me your ancestors ain't here, that your ancestors don't see what you going through, right? So I said, yeah. I said, so he okay? She said, oh yeah, we left out from down there. He gonna be fine. She said, he all right. She said, but I want y'all to do something for me. She said, I want y'all to stay close. She said, ain't nobody close no more. She said, and y'all need to stay close because it's a lot of more stuff is about to happen. And she wouldn't tell me what. She said, but the secret to not being involved is to stay close. She said, you got to stay close. She said, you and Tori, stay close no matter what. You hear me? And I said, yes, ma'am. So she was getting ready to leave, right? And so I was walking behind her. She turned around. She said, don't follow me. Don't follow me. And I looked at her. I said, I ain't finna follow you. Why you think I'm about to follow you? Y'all, I was following her. I was mesmerized by how good she looked, man. And I just wanted to be with her because she hugged me before she left. I could still remember how she feel, y'all. Like she feels so real. So I turned around and I came back. But when I came back, I saw the Oreos again. This time the Oreos was stacked from the floor all the way up to the ceiling, and it was going around the whole mall. Like every wall was nothing but Oreo. It's like I was encased inside of Oreos, or Oreo life, or Oreo world. I still don't know what Oreo mean right to this day. But when I woke up, y'all, I researched the heck out of Oreo because I pay attention to things that repeat itself. Oreo is a living word. Oreo is a word and it's actually a cookie. Y'all, Oreo got commercials. Oreo got a TV show. Y'all don't see how Oreo been here over 100 years. You see how intelligent that cookie is? This is why I say things are alive. Nothing is dead in the spirit realm. In the spirit realm, you could see the work that the Oreos have done. Like the Oreo is a movie star. The Oreo is famous. The Oreo got spiritual things designed on the top of it, man. I don't know who created the Oreo because a lot of people, they say they can't figure out who created the Oreo, but it's like a mystical cookie. It's something about Oreos. I don't know what it is. So I told my brother, when my brother called me, he called me from the hospital when I woke up that morning. He said, Tasha, you ain't gonna believe what happened to me last night. I said, hold on, before you tell me, please let me tell you what happened. So I gave him the rundown about my grandma. And he was like, oh man, I wish I could have seen her. I wish I could have seen her. But y'all, he said that he almost died, like he couldn't breathe, and they was trying to resuscitate him, like make his breath go back into his body. They were thinking about putting him on a breathing machine, but he started back breathing, and I was like, oh, thank you, grandma. Thank you, whoever else was with grandma. Like, really, thank you so much. I went into prayer mode, right? But he was depressed because he was like, man, I wish I could have seen her. I wish I could have seen her. So let me tell y'all what happened. He got out of the hospital. That same day, my husband came home, right? And he had this big old basket for me. He always bring me some type of gigantic baskets. It can be made out of the weirdest things, y'all, and it have the most beautiful precious items in it. It have the most expensive items in it. Like, this basket sometimes be bigger than me. He can make me a basket so big and he'll put 100 balloons on it. Like, he do stuff, he go way out. So he brought me this basket, and it was this picnic basket, y'all. This thing was so nice. It had all types of perfumes in it. It had so much. That thing was bad, right? Now, I had just dreamed about my grandma, so I haven't had time to tell him about my Oreo thing. And inside this basket was a box of chocolates. So when I picked up the chocolates and we went through everything in the basket, it said hazel cream or something like that on the box. And I said, oh, baby, I don't like chocolates with that creamy, gooey stuff in the middle. And he was like, girl, as much as this basket cost, you finna act like you like this chocolate today. At least eat one of them, right? I said, you right. So y'all tell me why when we opened it, right, them things was like round and they was thick and they were gourmet. They had nuts on some of them, fruits on some of them. Some of them was chocolate, some of them was caramel, some of them was white chocolate. Like, this was beautiful. And I was like, wow, these some big old pieces of chocolate. Y'all tell me why when we picked it up and we toasted and everything and we bit it, it was an Oreo. They were gourmet Oreos. You see that? So some kind of way, those cookies managed to come from that world where I was hanging out at into this world, in which I feel like it was my grandmother saying, yeah, you was there. Yep, it was me. Yep, you was not dreaming. Yes, we was together. Y'all, right to this day, I'm still seeing Oreos, and I just follow the word. I write it down, but Oreos pop up at certain time. Now, let me tell you what happened when my brother got out the hospital. When he got out the hospital, he went home, right? So we was still talking about my grandmother, and he was just like saddened because he didn't get to see her. So he wanted to use the car to go to the store. I gave him the car. He went to the store. He left something at the store. Y'all, sometimes you might leave something because you need to go back to something. You might lose something or misplace something because you need to go back. You need to revisit something. Okay, we're going psychological with this lesson too. So he went back to the store, but when he got back to the store, it wasn't about what he left at the store. It was so he can have a rendezvous or an encounter with a motorcycle dude. The dude was pulling up at the same time he was pulling up. They were parked right next to each other. But guess what? When he looked up at the guy with the motorcycle suit on, he had the helmet. Guess what his helmet said? Skeet. Y'all, my grandmother's name is Skeet. Did she not meet him at the grocery store? Did she not let him know, yes, it was me? Listen to Tasha, I was at the hospital. I was playing with your little funky toes. Yes, I was trying to wake you up. Yes, we did work on you. Like God said, not you, not now. You deserve to live. You deserve a life, and you're going to live. Grandma had your back. It's me, baby. It's me, Skeet, right? So my brother came home. He was telling me about his story. He was like, I get it. I get how you see. He said, man, that was grandmama. That was not no coincidence. But guess what, y'all? She went through with him. So all that day he was happy. He got to see grandma, and he got to see what I be talking about how you connect things, like how synchronicity works and how words are alive. Like, I be working on my family, y'all. I be trying to teach my family how to do this. So he was excited all day. So y'all, he decided to look at the heat of the night, right? Tell me why he done called me on the phone, cause my grandma messing with him through the heat of the night. And look how she got him through the heat of the night, right? Y'all know that TV show, The Heat of the Night. See, the word, it's in the word, it's in the details. It's not in the story. Like the people, it's not about the people, it's about the names, it's about the words. Everything got a name to it, everything is alive. And so when God want to talk to you, this how he used his logos, he used his words to contact you and to help you communicate with him and to help you communicate with your ancestors and whoever else you want that want to contact you. You just need to learn universal language, right? So while he's looking at In the Heat of the Night, it is about a man named Willie. Check this out. It's an episode about a man named Willie. Willie was a mechanic. Willie worked on cars. But Willie stole some pearls. And they were trying to prove that Willie stole the pearls. And guess what? Willie did steal the pearls. So when my brother called me, guess what? When he told me that story, he put it together himself. Because why? My grandmother's real name was Willie Pearl. See that? So it's now, since he saw her at the store, he able to see into the realm. See, it don't shut out once you able to see. You just keep going because you don't shut it down. You just let it keep happening. As long as you just stay vigilant, you remember them words, and it gonna always be something tailored to you. And he ain't finna just tell you some off the wall stuff and have you guessing. His word is always personal. So was that not my grandmother? Was she not the motorcycle guy? And look how energy morphs. See, she's not here, but she's morphing. You see how her energy morphing into stuff. So was she not morphed into that helmet with her own name, Skeet? Was she not morphing into that TV show that happened a long time ago? But see, it's no such thing as time, right? He right now was in the right place at the right time. That TV show came on at the right place in the right time, right? Meaning he was supposed to be out. He was supposed to be at that moment, at that time, for him to have that appointment to meet his grandmother. Her name is Willie Pearl. So when he called me, he was ecstatic. We had to talk for a minute. We hung up. Y'all, she still went through with him, right? So he called me back. And he was talking about the repeating things. Like I tell you to pay attention to things that keep repeating itself. Words they won't change, but they tailor to you. But they'll just keep repeating itself. So he said, guess what? I caught on to another one. I said, what? You on fire today, boy. What you come up with now? He said, tell me why it's a commercial that keep on playing over and over and over. He said, Tasha, I'm just getting it. I'm just putting it together. He said, it's a commercial called Tally. Tally is our last name, right? Tally is my grandmother's last name. It's her married name, right? So he said this commercial Tally just keep on coming on, just keep on coming on. He said, man, grandma, let me know it's her in full bloom. So I can't get it twisted. He said, my grandma right here with me. Y'all, the love that was flowing through him, the joy and the emotions he was having. I was so happy for him because I see her all the time. But that was his first time because he was like, he's never experienced her since she passed on. Y'all, first she said her name was Skeet. Then she said Willie Pearl. And then the commercial let him know Tally. And her name was Willie Pearl Tally. Ain't that beautiful? See, if you don't pay attention to the things that repeat itself, look, you would have missed it. It would have just looked like commercials. It would have just looked like a man named Willie stole some pearls and it just went on. It would have just looked like he went to the store parked by a man getting off the motorcycle. He got the word Skeet on it. He just keep on going. But no, he was in that zone. See, our family is seers. We seers. I don't know if we got a special gift, but people are relating to my grandma. We are seers, like we could see. And with me talking about this all the time, you can't help but get it if you hang around me. And so that's what's been happening to my brother. Like, he been able to read when God got something to say to him. Now, was that not my grandmother? Y'all, meet my grandmother, Willie Pearl Talley, aka Skeet. You see all that glory? But I made this video to talk about how you can manifest the things that you want. Because y'all, guess what? Didn't I touch an Oreo? Didn't I actually eat an Oreo? Wasn't I there with my grandmother in the Oreos? And my husband had no idea, but somehow he synced up because we hooked up, we linked up, we're one. And he brought me the Oreo. Didn't even know that he was doing my grandma bidding. You slick, grandma. You so slick. But just think about it. If you create a safe space in your mind and go there, don't tell nobody about it. Don't let nobody know. Just this time, practice shutting your mouth. This time, practice having some goodness for yourself. This time, have a secret. Create a secret. Make you a place that you would really like to be in, or a place you would really like to go, or a car you would really like to drive, and go spend time with it. Live in it. Live in it. Like, I want this Jaguar. Y'all, I gotta have me a Jaguar because this Jaguar represents my father. You see how my grandmama morphed with the Oreo? She morphed at the helmet. See, my dad do it through Jaguars. And to me, if I'm riding inside of a Jaguar, to me, that make me feel more closer to my dad. So that intent is deep. Plus, my dad had a Jaguar before he passed. And he let me know that my heart was at 10% through a Jaguar. So my dad really been showing up for me from the other realm. So with me having a Jaguar, it would just mean a lot to me. Just spiritually, it would make me feel real connected just to be riding inside this Jaguar. And guess what? Inside my Jaguar, right? I'm gonna be sitting at a public park, park somewhere nice. I'm gonna be writing. I'm gonna be looking at movies. I'm gonna be making videos inside my car with them red goods on the inside, y'all. Cause that thing gotta be black, boy. It gotta be black with them red goods on the inside. And I'm gonna be looking at my Jaguar emblem. Like, I love that emblem. I love that sound. I mean, that look. I just love it. I love the sound of Jaguar, just the word saying Jaguar and what it means to me. I just want that car. But I'm gonna be spending time with that car. I'm gonna name the car. I'm gonna have my family riding in the car. I'm gonna go on vacations in my car. Nobody don't know what I'm doing inside my car. And guess what, y'all? If I created that Sonata and it popped up and it's brand new and I didn't even ask for what kind. So, but this time I'm asking for what type of car I want. But I got a brand new car. I just asked for a brand new car, fresh off the belt, brand new. I don't want nobody energy on it. I don't want no miles on it. I want it to be top notch, limited edition, luxury with all of the upgrades. Like, that's what I said, and I end up getting a Sonata, like paid in full, a brand new Sonata. But now I want a Jaguar, and I don't want no car notes. I don't do car notes. Now that I know how powerful I am, well, I might don't pay for nothing no more. Because it's a way to live without work. It's a way to live without stress. See, the flesh make you feel like you got to sweat and you got to hurt yourself. But I love being spirit because my focus is my money. What I put my attention on is my money. So guess what? Create y'all a place. Create that studio, y'all rappers that want the music. And imagine yourself independent. Don't imagine yourself with a handler. Don't imagine yourself tied to a company that's full of devil worship and hurting you. You should be able to express your talent in peace. But see, you got to create that. You got to create that world because it's out there. It's somebody out there that will take you in if you need to be with somebody. It's somebody that's not on the BS. It's somebody that really just wants you to flourish and is doing it because they love it. They're not doing it because they want you to sell your soul. They ain't trying to prostitute you. But it's very few. So that's why we got to dig in our imagination and create these corporations, create these businesses. This is how things happen. In the Emerald Tablets, it says things just pop up. There are no machines over there. There are no instruments to drill and all that. It's coming from us thinking from down here and it's popping up there. See, you're building a world. You're building a place to go. I think when you leave here, that's where you gonna be chilling at. So if you ain't really thought about nowhere to go, you gonna be a vagabond over there because energy don't die. You're gonna be lost if you're not educating yourself, if you're not thinking good for yourself, if you just see yourself effed up all the time and you really don't believe in yourself, that's what you're gonna get in the end. But I also believe that you can have it over here because I keep seeing things more from over there to over here. And I think the metaverse is the key. I think the metaverse is what's telling you that that is your power. So if you want a business, if you want a home, if you want a relationship, go visit. Go be there. Take a break from here. You daydream all the time. And guess what? When you daydream, you be wherever your mind is. Your body be on autopilot, but you be where your mind is. So you take that vision and go enjoy yourself. Go have fun. Be with loving people. It's no hate over here because you starting over. And guess what? That make yourself healthy. Make yourself young. Make your hair grow long. Don't be over there sick. Don't be over there missing patches and stuff like that. Put yourself together in your vision and go be that. Go live that. Go to dinners. Have dinner parties. You know what I'm saying? You got the nicest house. Act like you're putting on the gargles. But you are the gargles. You are the power inside the gargles. And guess what? You ain't got to pay rent. You ain't got to pay nobody for it. What you look like paying for something you own. See, you pay for things you leasing, but you own this stuff. You don't got to pay for it. It's a way, y'all. I'm telling you, it's a way. And you make this your secret place. When you stressed out, go there. Get on that yacht. Don't you got a yacht? Anybody want a big old yacht? Make that thing nice. Go get on the ocean. Cut your phone on and put some ocean music. See dolphins. You know what I'm saying? Create your own metaverse. You don't gotta go into no real metaverse. You are the metaverse. And that's what that's trying to tell you. Your God power is in the metaverse. Your God power is in your imagination. God is located in your imagination. In your imagination, you could be and do and have anything you want. But if you put enough faith in it, if you put enough time in it, if you go cut your grass, if you go water your flowers, if you go check your mailbox, you know what I'm saying? If you go dusting, moving stuff around, dusting, if you go vacuuming, if you go mopping the floors, cleaning your bathrooms, if you decorate, buy new curtains, buy new lamps, buy nice candle holders, buy new pictures to put on the wall. The same thing you would be doing in the metaverse, do it in your verse, in your universe, in your world. Don't go get something to take your power, to own your power, you know. But if you got a problem with imagining vividly, that is a good tool. Like, that really is a good idea. Count it all joy. But I'm just taking the concept because guess what? Before whoever created the metaverse, the thought, had to come from somewhere. And they were smart enough to put thought in your face. They were smart enough to make thought tangible. That's a bad MF. That mother figured out how to make conscious thought tangible. But you can do the same thing. So find something you love. Find something you really want. And do it one thing at a time. I know you want a whole lot of stuff. But just practice on focusing on one thing at a time, right? Take your energy off of everything else. Go in your business. Create your business. Watch your customers coming there. Watch the reviews on your business. Watch the news reports on your business. Watch the Food Network talk about your business. Watch Forbes 100 talk about your business, because you created something that the world needs. You created something that can help everybody. And don't be selfish with your creation. Make sure you create something that's going to last forever and ever. Don't sign no leases. Don't make a time limit on it, because you want generational currency. You want generational prosperity, generational abundance. Like you want this for the children, they children, they children. You want it to go, oh, it's in the metaverse. It can't end. So don't apply the same rules over here, over there. Change it. What's for Caesar, let it be for Caesar. What's for God, let it be for God. Ain't no rent over there. Ain't no property taxes over there. You don't think like that over there. And then somehow you're going to mesh. You're going to morph into that body, into that lifestyle. Because guess what? Who is your mind to say you're not doing it? Who is your mind to say that that's not really happening? Ain't this happening right here? So how your mind going to be able to tell the difference if you make it a habit of going there? If you make it a habit of visiting them? Your mind don't know the difference. So guess what? If this become your favorite place, and this becomes more favor over this place, guess what? That place is going to fall into place. Just think about it for a minute. It ain't rocket science, but it feel like it, but it ain't. Just pay attention to the stuff they putting in our face. They're letting you know your power, but you think your power gonna come from that little machine. When they got the power, how they even know how to make that machine do that? Because somebody studied consciousness. Somebody paid attention to the things that repeat itself. Somebody paid attention to words. Somebody paid attention. And they made conscious. They made thinking conscious. So when you make your images, put life in them. And let me tell y'all how to amp it up. Make your flowers be alive. Make your grass be alive, because over there ain't nothing dead. So you want everything you create for yourself to still have life in it, so it can sustain itself, it can maintain itself, it can take care of itself for generations and generations and generations. Tell me there wasn't no word, y'all. Tell me there wasn't no godly word. See, you ain't gonna hear this in church. You ain't gonna hear this in church. And to y'all who want a church, make sure you got a church where everybody prospers. If you get an airplane, everybody deserve an airplane. You ain't got no debt, nobody in your church should be in debt. Every good thing you wish for yourself, wish it for your congregation. And see what happens. See what happens. Give your logos. Don't expect nothing back. Just be giving. Just create. And that's taking care of kingdom business. And then all the things that you want in life will be added unto you. But you got to be able to flip your thinking into the metaverse. But you don't pay no dang on rent over there. Because they trying to bring flesh living into the metaverse. No, you keep that flesh stuff out of the metaverse. Everything free in the metaverse. You can have anything in the metaverse. Keep the rules the rules. See you in the metaverse. I love y'all.